hope it's recording.
Yeah. Still got it.
Oh. Okay. It's recording. Are you ready?
Okay, boys.
Ooh.
That now?
Uh-oh.
Short self. Turn the camera. Just in a second.
We're not yet. He's gonna say something first.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead. Oh,
Hello, everyone. I'm Kenneth Ahern Jr., and we're happy to have everyone here live streamed as well as family and friends here in Dale City. It's a wild time right now, and we're grateful that we're able to celebrate my father, Kenneth Richard Ahern Sr., and we're happy to have you all part. What we're going to do is we're going to start the celebration with a flag raising and also a ringing of a bell that was given to my dad upon his retirement. Gentlemen, Joshua and Connor Ahern. Thank you, gentlemen. And now, the opening prayer.
Sorry.
Diocese of Eau Claire in Wisconsin. Kenny has asked me to say a couple words and to give a prayer today. I don't know Ken. I never had the chance to meet him, but from all accounts, I know, and from what I know of the Ahern family, that patient and kind man who wanted the best of everyone and for everyone. I would prefer to speak of Ken in the present tense, that Ken is, because in a real sense, Ken, of course, lives in all of you, all of your friendship, all of your family, every bit of kindness that you spread to each other. Ken is still alive in that. But our faith tells us that he is very much still with us, just not in a form that we see and not a form that we can access on a daily basis. I like to think of passing on is very much like being on a boat. I spent a lot of time on boats, and I know that Ken also really enjoyed boats and ships. And it's always seemed to me that passing on is very much like being on a boat, and that you're so far removed from everyone, and yet you have a different existence. And people may not have direct access to you at all times, but you're still there, you're still present. There's a poem, and I'm not the only one who has come upon this realization or this idea. There's a poem written many, many years ago by Henry Van Dyke. I'm actually sharing that with you right now. It's called I'm Standing on the Seashore. I'm standing on the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the morning breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She is an object of beauty and strength. I stand and watch her until at length she hangs like a speck of white cloud just where the sea and sky come to mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "Look, there she is gone." Gone where? Gone from my sight, that's all. She is just as large in mast and hull and spar as she was when she left my side. And she is just as able to bear her load of living freight to her destined port. Her diminished size is not in me, it's not in her. And just at the moment when someone at my side says, there, she is gone, there are other eyes in her company. Another voice is ready to take up the glad shout, here she comes. So if you're grieving Ken's loss, I would invite you to imagine him at the helm of Stealthy Girl, puffing out a big cigar, turning the hull towards the horizon and looking for that undiscovered country. And when he gets there, the whole Ahern clan waiting for him, ready to use his skills of negotiation and patience and caring. So please pray with me. Lord, look with kindness on the Ahern family and friends of Ken. Help us remember the goodness that he shared and to honor him by sharing goodness, kindness, and patience with all we meet. We wish him smooth sailing. Into your hands, O merciful Savior, we commend your servant Ken. Acknowledge, we humbly beseech you, a sheep of your own fold, a lamb of your own flock, a sinner of your own redeeming. Receive him into the arms of your mercy, into the blessed rest of everlasting peace, and into the glorious company of all the saints in light. May his soul and the souls of all the departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen.
That was Deacon Steve Russell. He's a very good friend of mine. It's very gracious of him to do this for us. Now, we would like to bring the matriarch of our family. To some, she's Joni. To others, she's Joanne. A long time ago, she was Queenie. And now, let's have my mom come up.
Excuse me, I'd like to thank all of you for being here. On March 29th, 2020, at 11:40 a.m., the love of my life died. I have waited 16 months to honor him. He didn't like to be the center of attention, so today is for us. Tim was the best husband, best father and father-in-law, the best papa, the best brother, the best uncle, and the best hugger. I would like to thank Ken's family, who became my family many years ago, and friends for being there for us during this very difficult days of our lives. I especially am grateful for my family. I love them very much, and I'm so grateful. Let the celebration of life begin.
We're so happy that we have family here. We're in particular happy that Aunt Judy Macaulay Ahern is here, my father's sister, and she's gonna share some memories of Dad.
share my family. Yeah. Jimmy's memories, is Jimmy has memories of going to Nantasket Beach with Penny. And also went to Logan Airport and had a tour. And went in a plane and the pilot took them all around the airport. And that was very exciting. Jimmy took the rowboat out with Kenny on the Cape. And he is very grateful for all that Kenny did for him. These are my sister Denise's memories. Denise was mine and Penny, and Joni's children. While Joni was working, Penny was on strike, and she was watching them on TV. And all of a sudden, it came through the door, and he found her smoking. And he gave her a good talking to. And she also remembers how wonderful Penny and Joni were when we went to visit them. He told the kids, and when she came with her children, he told them not to listen to mom and dad because they were on vacation and he would be in charge. And he also took them to Hans Nesson Cemetery, and they were very grateful. And she also said that he was a wonderful brother and a father figure to her. My brother Walt's memories were, we always worked together at work, earning money. As brothers, we never had a difference. Kenneth came to Colorado for Judy and I's wedding and brought our mother, which I was so very grateful to him and will be forever. Kenneth was a wonderful brother. We both made phone calls on different occasions and kept in touch. We were always Walter and Kenneth to each other. And these are my sister Mary's memories. When I was at Catherine Marbury Nursery School, we lived on National Street. I must have had a fever, so one of the nuns walked me home. Probably no one was home, so she brought me to our neighbor's house, Mrs. O'Brien. She called the school, but Kenny was probably at the Gavin Middle School and had him come home to take care of me. I probably was about 3.5. At the time, it would have been 11. He put me to bed in our parents' room and brought me a coloring book and crayons and made me feel safe and comfortable. And Kenny also invited me to his little sister cabin in 1948 at the Boys Club. I don't remember winning the contest, but a picture of Kenny and I was in the South Boston Tribune. I remember watching it a few years later, and it was quite a pageant. I remember our mother saying, if it was not for Ken's Navy check he had sent home, we may have lost our house. Thank you, Kenneth, for helping to keep a roof over our heads. You and Joni were always generous with your time and loved when we visited. Many fond memories from those trips. Love you. These are my brother David's memories. Dave's memories of Ken. Of Bill Geary, Gigi, Tommy Adet, and maybe Arthur Smith raided my cash stash. Left me an IOU for a 3-day trip to New York. Ken was stationed there and wanted to show the folks his knowledge of the city. Later on in life, I borrowed Ken at a 1956 Plymouth, a Ford automatic drive. I was home on leave, and it was the last night I was home. Kenny loaned me, I think he did, his car to me. I think you may remember the beach farmer on Wollaston Beach. They had to celebrate on the home. I failed to navigate the turn on Naponsa Boulevard. I hit the curb. The alignment was out of whack. I was able to get the car home, I shipped out the next morning. Ken somehow forgave me for that one. Good man, good brother, did. These are my memories of my brother. I have fond memories of growing up. Kenny organized a boxing tournament in our backyard. He made a makeshift ring in the backyard, and we had lemonade stands, and we all worked in it. And the money he collected was given to a charity. I forget the charity, but I remember it was given to a charity. And I also remember another time, the Sisters of Charity offered us secondhand clothing. I was to make a list of clothes and shoes, sizes, and Kenny had me include two friends who also needed clothes. That was Kenny, always thinking of us. We went to Kenny and Joni's house in Virginia several times, and we all became very close. And Kenny and Joni were the greatest folks, and I have always been grateful for those very special times. And I also have another story to tell you that when Bernie and I went on our honeymoon, we had an old jalopy, and the doors didn't lock. They had sliding locks on it, and Kenny and Joni warmed us there, brand new Volkswagen for a week. And we went off on our honeymoon, and that was lovely. And they kept our junk car. So we were always very grateful for that. Thank you for being a loving and caring brother. You will always be in our hearts. God bless and rest in peace.
And now we'd like to welcome Dad's favorite daughter, Ellie Ann.
Well, can you hear me okay? Okay. Brought one of Dad's hankies with me, just in case it was too hot, but you know what it's really. On behalf of my brothers and I, we'd like to thank you all for being here. I feel like Dad was glad when he died last March that we couldn't have a funeral. Like many have said, he didn't like the attention put on him. He didn't like going to funerals, and he didn't like seeing everybody so sad. Fast forward to today. We were sitting around last night and saying, this is what he would have wanted. Having us all sitting around, laughing, drinking a little, playing games, and just being with each other. And having our Zoom friends online today watching too, being safe. Dad, Mom never made one of us their favorite, but secretly, like Penny said, I was my dad's favorite daughter. And I used to always say, and you're only ones. Until the day that he died, I was always his baby girl. Dad was a funny, loving, and mostly patient dad. It all depended if we were all not arguing, especially on those long drives to Massachusetts to go visit family. Dad would threaten us several times. If you kids don't be quiet, I'm turning around and going back to Virginia. As we got older, probably more of my brothers understood he's never going back. We knew after he drove that far, no way. Every single one of you have been touched by my dad's life. And I know that thinking of him, so many stories bring smiles to our faces. Sorry. I just want to thank my mom You're a rock. My brothers, thank you. My sister-in-laws and my family, thank you for being here for all of us. It's been a rough time, but we've been here for each other, and that's what matters most. And I know that's what Dad would want. Every once in a while, while we're sitting on the deck, we see a cardinal come flying. We see the blue jay. That's what Joe always called my dad because he was strong and hard-headed. And that fully described how my dad was. And I will add in the loving part because he was the best dad ever. And like I tell people, why did he have to be so good? It makes it so much harder grieving him, but we have so many wonderful memories. Thank you.
Thank you, Kellyanne. What we're going to do is we're going to give an opportunity for other people to speak if they would like to come up and to speak. Mary Ann James, a longtime neighbor from across the street and a second mom to all of us for many years.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Ahern family for including me to be a part of your family. I have so many memories, good memories of Ken. I remember when Joan and I used to have yard sales, and he would come out here on this desk and lean over and yell to the people, "Don't buy it, it's all junk." But you know, later on in the evening, he was the first one to be ready to go get a good steak dinner with all the money that we made. For all the happy times, like going to the beach, to Bethany Beach, while Joni was perfecting the game of Trivial Pursuit. You know, and if you could see his face when she would answer some questions. That's unbelievable. And all the trips that he did in California, we enjoyed it so much. And he didn't really go in it when he would come out. He was satisfied with just watching TV and sitting there and talking. Like just so many of them. One of the big things before I left to move to California, we had a 50th birthday party for him at my house. And that was so many things that went on, especially when he just enjoyed the drinks so much. And he ended up sleeping in my dining room on the floor, under the table, yes. Those were great, happy times. They're all happy. I have such great memories. Even when we would take the boat into DC, we did one time, Joni and I got out of the boat. We were like going to the fish market, but your dad stayed with the boat and we came back. And he'd been out of the dock. He had about 5 or 6 boys, nobody that we knew, that he put in the boat and took them for a ride. And that was the kind of man he was. He wanted to include everyone. And one of the best memories for me is just to see his smile, his laughter. And, you know, he was so compassionate to everyone. I really miss him.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Next, we're going to have one of Papa's grandchildren, Natalie Ahern.
Hello. As Papa's first granddaughter, all the men in my life were subjected to Papa's infamous respect line. So as Corey heard, he goes, "Hey Corey, do you know Aretha Franklin's #1 hit? RESPECT, respect, and I expect you to treat my granddaughter with it." Papa had so much respect for the people in his life. This extended in more than words to everyone here and on the Zoom, but it also extended to so many others, whether it was fighting for the workers of the union, giving a wave to every passing boat, yelling at cars out front to stop from speeding, to respect the neighbors, or being the most generous tipper in town. Respect was a true testament to Papa's character. I'm so thankful to be able to be here with family paying our respect to the patriarch of our family. And I know you all will join me in honoring and carrying on his legacy by fighting for others, acknowledging others, and doing our best to always tip 20%. So I love you, Papa. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Natalie. And now let's have another grandchild come up and speak, and we'll have Patrick Ahern.
When I was preparing this, something that just came to mind was Papa going, brevity, Joni, brevity. So I'm going to make this quick. I just, thinking about Papa, it is something that comes to mind as sense of kind of individualism, kind of marching by the beat of his own drum. He was definitely one of a kind, and he always encouraged you to be the best form of yourself and not to meet anyone else's expectation except your own. One example of this is we are at an art museum. All over there's these signs that say "Do not touch," and you turn your head away from Papa and look back, and there he was touching the painting. So, despite all of this, he made sure that we love family. We took care of others. We voted often, and I appreciate learning that from him. I give him a lot of that credit. We miss him. We love him. Happy to be here with everyone.
Thank you, Patrick. Yes, no?
Yeah, sure.
No?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
come on up.
2 seconds.
The fiery redhead in my dad's life. Helen, our dad.
And I am really, really scared to be up here. But am I doing it? Is that right? Yeah. And I just want to say to Ken and his family, he does have people, and he has the best people. He always said, I got people. He did. And I'm really sorry I punched you and gave you a bloody nose a long time ago. But he did put me in the sink full of water. We kind of deserved it. But we miss him. And I'm only up here because I didn't want Judy to show me up. God forbid I shouldn't be able to do something, but in this Ken, I'm happy to be here with all of you, and I love all of you very much.
Thank you, Aunt Helen. Would anyone else like to speak?
It's in the photos, right? Yeah. So here, want me to, you know?
No.
Yep.
Hi, this is Diane. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear, can you hear me?
I would say Dad.
We can hear you.
Okay, like I said, my name is Diane. Kenny and I started with the district. I'm a friend of his, and he and I started at the district about the same time and worked that whole time together, even though he was on the East Coast and I was on the West Coast. There were organizing campaigns and stuff that we worked together and stuff, and just treasured his friendship, and what a great union guy. So just nothing but good things, and a very good friend. So thank you. And thank you for including me on his celebration.
Everything is beautiful in its its own way, like a starry summer night, so covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. There is none so blind as you. Just a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Hey, now I can blow it out. Yeah. Care about the length of his hair or the color of his skin. Don't worry about what shows from without, but the love that lives within. You're gonna get along together. Just take a little time on the bits of my friend and straighten it out of your mind. And everything is beautiful. It's all like the stars all night, the snow-covered winter's day. I sing it, John. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night, snow-covered winter's day. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. There is none so blind as he will not see. We must not close our minds. We must let our thoughts be free. Every hour that passes by, the world gets a little bit older. It's time to realize that the eyes of the beholder. Everything is beautiful in its own way. Like summer nights, snow-covered winter's day. I sing it, Joe.
brevity. I hope you enjoyed watching the slideshow as much as it was for us to compile the photos and put them together and relive all those wonderful memories. I'd also like to give a nice big round of applause and a big thank you to my wife, Brenda, who's been running the Zoom and live stream service as well. So let's all give her a nice big round of applause. Scott put it together as well, and also Natalie helping out Mom. Thank you so much for joining us. I think everyone's pretty much said what needs to be said about Dad. I loved him very much. He was a great man, and he was always, always there for me. And it's something that I am never going to forget. The thing that for sure I'm never going to forget is how proud I was of him and who he was as a person. And I hope that I can only be half of what my father was as far as being a husband and being a dad and an uncle and a friend. We're going to go ahead and close things out with my mom and dad's favorite Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rain fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Big shout out to the McCurtains, the Holmes, the Macaulays, everyone that's been joining us. I think in a little bit, we'll get an opportunity to maybe bring the screen wide so you can give a nice wave to Mom. And Mom, you can go ahead and wave back. We'll put you on camera.
Will you change the
Thank
view
you, everyone.
to gallery if they want to turn their cameras on? I'm right here, Nana. Here's this camera.
Thank you.
And you can see everybody.
Hi, look
They're on the
at
TV too, Mom.
Or ask if they can put their videos on.
For all you folks that have your cameras turned off, please turn them on as long as you're properly attired, or make sure that you are attired. So Mom can see, because that was a big part of what this was. Thank you so much for everyone coming and joining us.
Oh, Shelley. Shelley even turned her camera on. Hi, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, there's more.
Darlene.
Oh, so good to see everybody. Love you all. Thank
Think of how much you saved on air travel. Thank you very much for being with us to celebrate Kenneth Richard Ahern Jr. We love you all, and bless it to my father.
Love and prayers
Bye-bye.
to all.
Okay.
Someone says thank you for. Did you want to talk to anyone or? Do you want them to talk?
And now the end is near, so I
I'm gonna end
face
it.
Or do you want to say
final
talk to anyone?
curtain.
Do you want to talk to anyone?
My friend,
Okay. Ready?
I'll say it clear,
Oh, okay.
I'll state my